before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification so you know when we upload. Welcome back to Rugby Heads, powered by the Big Athletic Club, where we cover all things in the world of women's rugby. My name is Sione, and joining me are some of our regular rugby nerds, Alfonso Lamia, and our women's rugby expert, Josh Tungiri. Welcome, boys. Welcome.
Bola.
Okay.
What's happening?
Now, if this is the first time joining us, or if you're regular here and haven't done so yet, please hit that like and subscribe button and tell us your thoughts on how Super Rugby Aupiki and Super Rugby W went in season 2025. Now, quick little rundown. We go through our try or no try, something that was onside or offside during the week, and then our performers of the week, where we give flowers to the players that stood out for us in both finals. And then we debrief both the Super Rugby women's grand finals before we preview the action for tonight's final on Thursday here. And then we got our Pack 4 Black Ferns and Wallaroos selection bolters before we finish off with your viewers' questions. Now, Fons, welcome back, mate. You want to kick us off with your try or no try?
I got actually one. I got one on each one. My first one, my try, is the television rights deal that's been signed by Australian Rugby with Stan Sport. Finally, we got some clarification about what's going on. So that's obviously going to cover the women's game as well. So that's great to see. But also it gets the club games, so it's good to watch all the club games on the on screen, just like the Emwick game last night, which was very good. So good try there. No try, and I think JT's talked about it on our group chat, was the fact that they had the final on the same time as club rugby and Super Rugby. So for both finals, for both Aupiki and Super W, so which I think was pretty disappointing, because you want your crowd there. So, and maybe even look at pushing the season a bit further in the season, maybe. So that's my no try for the week.
Yeah, mate, you stole the words right out of my mouth, Fons. That was my no try of the week. And even this one as well for tomorrow night's game as well. I thought, Easter weekend, they could have made it on Sunday Arvo or something like that. A bit of a standalone game and a family day out. There was a real chance for the New Zealand rugby and even the Australian rugby over last weekend's games to really boost the number of attendance and really lift out the women's game, which we're trying to do. So that was really disappointing. But hopefully we can learn from it and move forward and be better for it next year. Tries, just one from me. We've been harping on about it. Well, I have. Portia Woodman-Wycliffe. She's come out throughout the week on a podcast saying that she's indicated that she might be keen to come back for New Zealand. So, if she does return, we need our best players at the World Cup, and she's still killing it in Super W. She's still one of the best players, so I think she does need to be there. And hats off to her for giving us that little hint.
Yeah, nice.
She's teasing us.
I was sure she wasn't gonna play, but after seeing that, she's definitely going to be playing in the Black Ferns jersey. My try is JT's camera, mate. The high definition. I think is it a different camera to last week, mate? It looked like you're popping out of the screen there, mate. So shout out to your camera sponsor. So hopefully we can get some of that sponsorship.
I'm a bit of a content creator these days, so watch this space.
Let's go. And then my no try is Fons. I've been counting the amount of times you've been wearing Moana Pacifica kit over your beloved Chiefs, and Moana's getting a lot of runs here, mate. Is there a bit of a sponsorship deal there with Moana as well, mate?
Oh, mate, I wish, mate. How good are they at the moment? They just the culture they bring within Moana. You just can't fold them for it. So at the moment, I'm a huge Moana fan, just like all you boys are. So no try to me. All right, I'll take that.
And no try for us.
So Chiefs is your second team.
After last week.
Well, it's like choosing. Hey JT, it's like choosing who's your favourite sibling. But for me, it's my brother, so I was going to say the Chiefs.
Whoa. That's a no try, first of all, and then a no try to us. We're talking about Moana, and this is the women's rugby show. So no try for us. Sorry, guys. We'll get back on track. That was our try, no tries. Make sure you let us know in the comments what your try or no try for the week was. Now, let's give some love to some of the top performers from the weekend.
There's a few of them, but one of my favourite players all year, and I thought she really played her heart out in a losing final, Amy Duplessis. It was a very inspirational performance. She got injured quite early, and she was noticeably limping around. This is about the first 5-10 minutes, and she strapped up her ankle and sort of gutsed out the rest of the game. She scored a try, set up a try. She saved a try and got a crucial turnover as well. So I know she'd like to have that moment back at the end there where she threw that cutout where they could have drawn the game, but Blues got the intercept. But let's be honest, they wouldn't have been that close if it wasn't for her. So, I tip my hat off to her. She was great.
Yeah, I had it down as well, mate. If I did when I rolled my ankle, I would have got the stretcher out and it would have been gone. So watching for the rest of the game. So, mate, shout out to her. And, mate, she's strapped it up and hobbled and then set up a try straight away after it and before she got it strapped up. So, mate, what a hero. Fons, who was your top performers of the week?
Mine's from the other game, actually, the Super W final, and that's Arabella McKenzie. I thought, 13 points, 6 from 7 kicks, and every time they scored, she had a part to play. So very, very good from her. My player of the final for that Super W, and she just carved up every time. Every time she got the ball, she just opened up her centres and her wingers, and their finishing was just great. So definitely my player of the match.
Yeah, shout out to Bella. We've been on the Laurie train the last few weeks on the Rugby Heads, and we even put Laurie in front of her before they even had a match-up at 10, and then, Arabella just, showed why she is the number 110 in Australia for a while. Now, let's get into the games, starting off with the Aupiki final, Blues versus Matatu. What were your key takeaways for the game and players that stood out for you other than your top performer of the week? JT?
Just that at the start of the game, the Blues weren't really themselves. I think there was about a 8-0 penalty count in the first 10-15 minutes alone, so it was real uncharacteristic from them. And then they would end up being down 12-0. But then, once their forwards sort of got things back on track and laid that platform, they were able to unleash the backs. In saying that, I thought they did try to overplay their hand early. They were trying to go wide early and spreading it from inside their own 22 when I think they should have showed a bit more respect to the Matatu defence and play it down their half. But credit to the Blues, that's what they've been doing all year. They've been running it from everywhere. With Matatu, big losses early with Kaya Napier coming off with an ankle injury as well. Also Maya Joseph with her head knock. So they were two massive losses for them. They're two players that have been playing particularly well for them all year. And once they were gone, it was... You sort of thought the game was over, but to their credit, Matatu, they put up a fight in the likes of, as I mentioned earlier, Amy Duplessis, but also Kai-Paul Olsen-Baker. I thought she really stood up in that final, and those two alone nearly won them the game. Just from the Blues' point of view, it was the experience of Ruahi Demant and Portia Woodman in the midfield. They were just carving them up off set piece. I think they scored 2 tries off scrums. And they were just having a field day. But then out the back, you got an 18-year-old playing like a seasoned veteran. Sorensen McGee, she absolutely killed it. She scored that try that really put them in the front there and got them that win, that intercept. So, I think the Blues all year, they've been the best team. They nearly fell at the final hurdle there, but they were just too classy in the end.
Mate, this is, you remind me of my brother when my dad used to bring some takeaway home after work, mate. Save some for us, mate. Save some for us, mate. Fons,
Sorry, boys.
Anything JT missed there, mate? He's too good, mate. He's too good.
But, mate, he's just taking everyone's notes. We've got not much to say here. So, no, but JT, mate, you're absolutely spot on. Look, quick start for Matatu. Had all the position, and they were just grinding away, and some quick tries there. But you covered it. Joseph and Napier going off injured were massive because they've played most of their minutes this year for Matatu. But Kai-Paul Olsen, her carries off the back of the scrum and just a one out running. She always making gain line, so very good. I think what the difference was the Blues they just got an X factor, and they can just make something out of nothing. Just a couple of those tries there, it was just Portia Woodman fend and then break and then draw and pass. That's all it was. Where you saw Matatu, they actually build towards their tries. But look, Matatu had their chances at the end. They got held up twice, right in the last 5 minutes to even it up, and they were the top two teams like all year. I know Chiefs Manawa were sniffing around, but Matatu, I mean, they beat them earlier in the round robin up in Whangarei, and that was a great final. But would say congratulations to the Blues, because that's the first time that a team's gone back-to-back under the new coach, Carlos Spencer. So, and the other big news today is Mali Epo's signed with the Warriors. So she's be going to the league as well. So that's another big news. But yeah, it was a great final, and obviously Sorensen McGee, what a talent, 18 and just playing with confidence. When you got those players around you, look what the culture there seems to be very good.
Yeah. Just one note that you guys missed there. I just wanted to shout Laura Bayfield from Matatu. She's normally a second rower, and she filled in at 7, and I thought she was unreal at 7. She was reminded me of the South African sort of tall number 7s, and she also got a few steals there, so she didn't look out of place at 7. And I know she's been fringe Black Ferns the last few years, and mate, this might help her get a case into that Black Ferns squad leading into Pack 4. But we'll get into the Black Ferns selections later in the show. Let's cross over here in Australia. Waratahs Reds. JT, kick us off, mate. Takeaways.
I'll try to leave some for you boys, it was a bit tit for tat there in the first half. But the Reds, I think they really made it hard on themselves with their poor execution of their set piece. They couldn't really turn their pressure into points. They had a lot of ball as well, but I just think the Waratahs, like the Blues, the backline was just too classy. Desiree Miller, she got man of the match, and she just looked dangerous every time that she got the ball. Fons, I know you did mention Arabella McKenzie, but look, I thought Caitlin Hulse was a good player as well, and she really took that pressure off Arabella McKenzie just with her general play kicking, and she kicked a good 50-22 there as well. And more often than not, her clearing kicks would always find grass. So I thought she had a really good game. She set up Horse Robinson there with the right foot, put her away to sort of put the game beyond reach. Yeah. So she sort of iced that off there. And as he said before, Arabella, in that second half, she came alive, I thought, running the ball. She took it to the line and set up G. Fred and Desiree Miller there for a couple of tries to finish it off. For the Reds, look, going by that game, you can really tell that you sort of need kicking options, general play kicking options. I thought Laurie was a bit hard done by there. She was the only really general play kicker in that team, and I thought Charlotte struggled a little bit at fullback, especially trying to get the ball out of their own danger zone. She was often always running the ball, or if not, looking for Laurie and trying to throw that miracle ball to Laurie to kick it downfield. But I think if Laurie just had a bit more help there with another kicker in that side somewhere, just to help her with general play kicking, it would have went a long way to the Reds winning the game. But unfortunately, that was the team that they selected, and that was the result. Just a couple of mentions to the Reds. I thought Mariah Tupai at number 8, she carried hard all game. And also one of my favourite players this year, Netta Teutau. And I'm still spewing that she played for Tonga because, mate,
good.
She needs to be in that Wallaroos team. But yeah, that's how I seen it anyway.
Good breakdown, mate. Good breakdown.
I agree. I just think the TARS forwards, they was a lot more urgent. And that's what they got the clean ball off their forward pack. They were just very accurate, getting over gain line, and just their pods they set pretty well. And that's why I thought with the Reds, just their skill levels let them down. Just the odd basic skills where you just got to be a bit more accurate. I think you are right too, JT, having a second playmaker or second option with the fullback of either kicking or as a first receiver if they got a step in or an option out the back. I'm not too sure if that's just come from just Charlotte playing sevens, and it's a bit different obviously in the 15s, especially at fullback, because you got to have some sort of boot just to get you out of trouble. But I just thought that the Waratahs backs were just too sharp. Every single one of them were just on point with everything they did. A couple of scoop passes and they were away, and then Miller with a little bit of space, she was dangerous. I was a bit spewing that Stewart didn't stay on the field. Obviously, I'd assume there was some sort of injury there for her to go off, because when both of them were firing, they're a very dangerous team. And they were the best team all year, the Tars. They had obviously that hiccup at the start of in the first game against the Fijian side, but when Cheech moved back to 12 and Arabella come back from injury, they just look a lot more steady.
Yeah, Artie. And
sorry, I just want to add there. It was no knock on Charlotte as well. I thought she was one of the best in the Reds backline, and she's one of the best attackers in the world. And every time she got the ball, she looked dangerous. But I just thought there was sometimes there where she could have kicked instead of run. But I thought she was great.
Yeah, I think it's Charlotte. Good. I think she's coming. I think it's good that she's coming over this early, so she's got time. Maybe even old mate from Rugby Bricks that worked with Laurie on kicking can maybe get into Wallaroos camp, and how about the Sevens girls with that transition into that kicking? I know Tia Hines already got kicking down pat, but just adding that to sort of the Sevens girls game. But we'll get into Wallaroos selections after this little season review. But before we get there, I just thought of another no try. It was from the Reds Waratahs, Faliki Pohiva. She's one of my favourite players this season. But when she scored a try before half time, she did can I come off it? Can I come off, coach? You've got the Wallaroos coach in the stands watching for selections, and she's gone, is that enough? Is that enough to get before half time? And I'm like, oh, come on, Tony, man.
She took a knee a few times too in the game. I think she was blowing, but she's a great player.
Well, yeah, mate. Shout out to her first sort of proper season here. I know she's got rugby league background, but mate, she's staying for good, and I think she's going to be our long-term option in the front row. So, shout out to Faliki Pohiva. Now, she's season review. Remember our first episode before the season? Let's look back at our predictions. How did we go? And we did MVP, breakthrough player, and also championship. I think JT, you got both championship right. You went the Blues and Tars?
Yeah, Blues and Tars, yes.
So you got that one right. I went Hurricanes and Force, so I was dead wrong, just like my fantasy. Fonz, who'd you pick? Who'd you pick to win the championship?
Chiefs!
Yeah.
I got the... I had the Blues Chiefs final, but I had the Blues winning it.
Oh, okay.
Run it back.
But we'll go with MVP and breakthrough players. Who were your picks, and did you get it? And then if not, then who was your MVP and breakthrough player? JT?
So my three were, at the start of the year, was Faitala Maleka, Ashley Masters, and May Stewart. I don't think any of them will get it this year, but I did have, after watching the whole year, obviously, Shalom Suaso.
Yeah.
I thought she really lifted that red side, and a red side that wasn't expected to make the final, and she really took them from the... Well, I thought they were going to be at the bottom of the table to a grand final and just losing. So just one other mention as well. I thought Pesi Palu had a massive year for the Brumbies as well. She got the Player of the Year last year. She'll go close again this year, but unfortunately, I just think them not making the finals will probably count against her. So, mine is Shalom Suaso.
All right. And Fonz, who were your picks? And if not, who were eventual winners?
I think we had the same picks. Malika,
we actually have the same
Masters
three.
And same three. But I agree with JT. I don't think all three of them would get a mention. I like Miller. I just think, and I think Laurie Kramer deserves a big mention. Moving from my guy, Laurie, moving from fullback to 10, I think has done her wonders. Just her, she doesn't have to be out the back chasing or tackling. She's at first five or fly half, and she's making the plays from there. And I think she's been real good for the Reds. Her and obviously Miller, just her try scoring ability when she gets in a bit of space and be able to break the first tackles. Those two have been, I think, my standouts after the season.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just cut you off. I just want to do a quick shout out as well to Western Force open side Annika Stevens.
Yeah.
I thought she was on pace to be the MVP this year, but unfortunately got struck down with injury. But she had a great year those first couple or 3 games. Pill for Queen, and she could do it all. But yeah, unfortunately she got injured. So just shout out to Annika Stevens.
Yeah, I don't want to rubbish the names that I mentioned in the first episode, but I was going to go MVP for this year was Sawassel, Shalom Sawassel. I believe she's off to the Broncos now, but hopefully Wallaroos can sort of change it and just stay just for the World Cup. But Shalom Sawassel, she had a breakthrough season. I think last year was a breakthrough season. This year she's probably the best in Super Rugby Aupiki. I mean, Super Rugby W. And then Aupiki, I had Liana Michaela too. I thought she was the number 1 player in across the ditch. We all know what she can do with the ball in hand, but for me it was her work rate without the ball, like her in defense. If you see her off the ball, even just hitting rucks, mate, she's on another level now. She's got that work rate to go with what she can do with ball in hand. So I think she's going to have a massive Black Ferns season this year. Mate, watch out for her. I know she also said a few years ago that she's keen once the Warriors have a team. So hopefully they win the World Cup and then she can go next year to the Warriors and live that out and then come back. Definitely just after 1 season, come back to rugby union. So, mate, she's been unreal this year. Did you guys have any MVPs from Aupiki?
Two as well, but the other one was Alison Baker. I just think she's so consistent at number 8 for Matatu. But I'd love to see both of them start in the back row for the Black Ferns. They're just big bodies and very mobile. Just very mobile and always breaking through first tackle. I just think just this year she's just been so consistent. So those were my 2 for Aupiki.
Yeah, and just like you two, I had Michaela and Olsen Baker as well. But a dark horse for me, I think she's been great all year. I mentioned her earlier, Amy Duplessis. Yeah. More often than not, she was the best player for Matatu every game. Yeah. And I just think she had a massive year. And leading up into World Cup year, there's talk of obviously the Sevens girls coming back, and also Portia coming out of retirement. So she really put her hand up for that number 13 jersey, and I wouldn't be surprised if she gets MVP.
Yeah, hardy. Now, Pac-4 season's coming up. Black Ferns, Wallaroos yet to announce the squad. I think they'll be announcing it maybe after tonight's game. Now let's go into the bolters. We all know we've named the players that are going to be back in the squad. Any bolters that haven't played for the Black Ferns or the Wallaroos that you feel have pushed into the squad or hasn't played for a while in the Black Ferns or Wallaroos jumper and might be back in selection contention? JT, who are your bolters for this season?
Yeah, so for Wallaroos, I mentioned her quite early in the season, but Faliki Pohiva, the prop for the Waratahs, she didn't start in the first couple of games. She was off the bench, and once she did start, she didn't give up her jersey. So I think she'll be a bolter in that Wallaroos squad, and hopefully they can have a good pre-season camp for her, and she'll be ready, firing to go for Pac-4. And then while I'm at it, for Aupiki, there's just so much talent to choose from. You got the obvious one, Braxton Sorensen McGee. Yeah. Still a young girl. If she doesn't go to the World Cup, that's fine. But I think she'll be in that squad there somewhere for Pac-4. Learn a lot from the group around her. She's won. Kaya Nepia as well for Matatu. She had a solid year, and I was really impressed with the way she played. But the one for me is from the Chiefs, tight head prop. She's only 18. Vei Mahaturiki Whakalelu. She started her. She started her career in the back row. And she's moved to tight head prop, which is a very hard position to try and learn. And she's done so, and she's played tight head at super Aupiki level, and she's really dominated. So I think she'll be in that Black Fern squad thereabouts, and hopefully going to the World Cup. Yeah,
that made good picks. Fons, who are your picks?
I've gone a bit more looking more towards the 7 skills who haven't got a test cap yet. And I still think, even though they didn't play much in the out of the Aussie girls, but I still think someone like Nessa, where they need a forwards, I think she should be one, because I quite like her work rate. I think should be one for bolting for the Wallaroos. It's going to be interesting because not many of them got much game time due to these sevens commitments, and obviously she got injured on the circuit. So that was her. She was one of them, and obviously the other one I thought I liked a lot, and I think you boys did, was Tegan Levi. I still liked what I saw from her in the few games she played. Again, very raw when it comes to 15s, but I've seen enough there for those girls to slide straight into that Wallaroos team, along with the players that they already have, which is good depth. The Black Ferns, I think you named it, JT, Sorensen McGee. They have a lot of back three, wingers, fullbacks to pick from, including the sevens girls coming across. So it's going to be interesting. I can't see, I can see Woodman going to the World Cup. I just think she's still hungry. I think if she really wants to go and have a talk with the coach, I think they'll take her. She's just too good, and her X factor, quite like her at 13. But I think Georgia Miller's the one that I can't wait to see. She's actually a flanker in 15s. She played Farah Palmer Cup when she finished school. Before she got signed with the New Zealand Sevens. So she has played a bit of 15s for Canterbury before heading off to Sevens, and I can't wait to watch her play.
Yeah, good picks there, and I think the Sevens was also in the questions, but I'll go with starting off with the Wallaroos. I think coming back into the Wallaroos environment, and she looks way better in just her work rate around the park. She's back to her best. I think even better. I think Annabelle Cody will be pushing to get back into that Wallaroo squad. Big fan of hers. And also Caitlin Irwin from the Reds. I think she might be a bolter. She's not like big, but she's just somehow has got a dog in her. She beats a tackle. I know she's got a little competition with the Sevens girls coming in, but I think maybe she'll be in that squad trying to fight during training camp. And then I don't know if she qualifies. I don't know, because she's also already played for the Black Ferns. Pia Tapsell, I know she's signed with JR Rugby for this season, but you know, if the World Cup's dangling for her for Wallaroos, I think we need someone like her. She's got that enforcer in her, and she can hit, she can ball run as well. So I think Pia Tapsell will be a good get for the Wallaroos. And then the second one was open side flanker. I know we've got some Sevens girls coming over, but they don't really have the runs on the board at open side. So I've gone with the Brumbies number 7. I have no idea how to say her name, so I'm not even going to try. But so yeah, I'm going to go with the open side from the Brumbies. I think she might be in that environment to try and fight for a spot during training camp. And then Black Ferns, you've already brought up V. I didn't realise V was only 18, Whakalelu. And then Tara Turner, I've been raving on about her because I'm a big fan of Kalia Awa when she came onto the scene last year. But Tara Turner, she's moved from, I believe from the utility back role and then into the scrum half position. And then you've got Braxton and Dulfer Basin. I think she might be in the training camp. I don't know if, because, you know, the Sevens girls will be coming for that spot as well, but she's been a good get. I don't know how she slipped through Matatu's fingers. They needed an open side for that final, and she's been training with them all season as a sort of injury cover, and then the Blues sort of needed her, and then mate, that talent, I don't know how they let that slip through. So I see Dulfer also making the squad to try and fight for a spot. So that was our picks. If you're watching and you got some bolters, let us know in the comments who we missed and who we got, and show a bit more love. Now, questions. We've got 2 questions here. We've already covered some of it in our review here. First one, are the Wallaroos an actual chance of winning the Rugby World Cup with the inclusion of the Sevens girls? JT, you see us winning. You see us winning it.
Look, I see him going close. I see him with or without them. But just with the Sevens girls, the problem there is most of them all cancel each other out. They all take each other's positions. Yeah. You know, we don't really have any forwards coming from the Sevens other than Bella Nasser. And I think the forwards is where we really need them, because those Sevens girls, majority of them are wingers, and we already got Desi Miller, Maya Stewart, and then you're going to add the likes of Bien Tarita, maybe Maddie Levi, and then in the centres you got Tegan Levi, but then you obviously already got Georgia Fredericks. So I'm not really sure that we need these girls, although they will help. And also, I know I was banging on about Charlotte earlier, but I would like to see her in the 13 jersey. Just given a go, just to see what she's got there. She's a brilliant attacking player, obviously. So if you chuck her there, you got that luxury of obviously her, G. Fred, Tegan Levi. So there's a lot of talent in the backs there, and I just don't know how the coach is going to work it out because, like I said, they all take each other's positions. And another one, obviously, you mentioned earlier, Tia Hines, who can kick and also a fullback as well. But then Caitlin Holst is there as well, who had a great game on the weekend. So it's a bit of a good headache for the coach to have. But do I think that they can win the World Cup? Yes.
Let's go.
That is my answer. Yes.
Yes. Against England, have you been watching the Six Nations against England, mate? They're firing.
Yeah, mate. Don't worry about those professional teams.
Yeah. Oh, you worked. Oh, I see where you worked. They're in the different side of the pool, so they had to. They stuff up against Canada or something. Yeah, nice. Fons, what do you reckon, mate? Can we do it? Oh, I mean, you're Aussie now, so can we do it, mate?
They do have a chance. I do. I mean, look. At the moment, I think it's who can catch England at the moment. They just got and you're right, JT. It's there's plenty of backs in the Wallaroos. It's that forward pack, and that's why I earmarked Nessa because she plays in the forwards. But Wallaroos. This is I think the best talent they've had that I can remember. Obviously, the Sevens girls coming back. It's going to be interesting because they haven't played enough 15s, I feel like. I'm not sure how that works because the Sevens season's pretty much come to an end soon, but it's going to be interesting. Aren't they in the same pool? Isn't Australia and England in the same pool for the World Cup? Isn't it the opening game?
Oh, yeah, we are too with England. And USA.
Yeah, because when I looked at the draw, I think the good thing about it is that you don't have to cross over with England again after the pool play. So if they can at least have a chance, I think the draw works well for them. Personally, they still have to obviously win against the US and do well against England because at the end of the day. Pressure's on England. They're playing at home in front of all their fans. They are the favourites, and I do give Aussie a real big chance. And I just want to concentrate though on that forward pack. If they need to bolster that up, I think Ash Masters is crucial for them. She's been their most consistent forward for the last 5 to 10 years. So if they can bolster that forward pack up and over the next, 3 to 4 months heading into the World Cup, work on those little things with the forwards, I think they've got a big shot.
Yeah, Balinessa will be massive. I think Sarai Pakia, she was injured, so she didn't get a chance to play Super. But I think she's another one that could do some damage there. And I know she didn't put her hand up because she's been injured, but she's already played for the Wallaroos. Alicia Fakosilea, she could do, just go straight in. Like she's got the experience in the 15s game, and she played Wallaroos at 17, 18, and we know what she can do in 7. So once she's back and fit and ready, she's got that Suoliti straight VIP straight the red carpet to the starting side, so I think she can do some damage there. But like your boy said, it's that set piece that's gonna. There's no point having all these Ferraris in the background, in the backs when the set piece, line out, scrums. That's what we've got to get down pat. So, Faliki Pohiva, you're the dog. Now we've got one more question: which Black Ferns Sevens girls are an actual chance of making the Black Ferns squad? Because I don't like the Wallaroos. They don't really need a lot of talent. They've already got some firepower, and then you've got Portia Woodman putting her hand up. JT, you reckon any more?
Well, yeah, the only other girls I can think of who were at the last World Cup as well, it was Stacey Waka and Teresa Setafano. They were their centre pairings for the World Cup final. But if they still got it, and if they put their hand up and their best foot forward, I don't see why not. But look, I'm a big fan of Amy Duplessis as well, and I do want her in that 13 jersey. But the only other option I think who'd probably be a chance is Reese Poldy Lane. So she covers 9 and 10 as well, and that could really benefit her and increase her chances of making that team covering both of those positions. So Georgia Miller, gun sevens player, but that back row is just stacked for the Black Ferns. If she can make it, then good on her. But I think it'll be very tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we know what she can do in sevens, but it's like you can't. You got bigger bodies in 15, so you're not going to be throwing Faliki Pohiva around unless maybe she can. Maybe she can. It'll be good to just actually see her in Pac 4 getting a chance, because she is incredible if she can actually do that in 15s. Fonz, any other names you reckon? JT's just greedy. How greedy? Just taking all the good.
JT's pretty much named every single sevens girl that's put their hand up, but I would say come Pac 4, no one's safe, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the spots are up for grabs. I mean, I was thinking about Stacey Walker, but then JT named them. There's so many other centres at the moment that are playing well. So come Pac 4 time, I think it's really who plays well in Pac 4 gets picked. So I don't think any of them are shoo-in than what we've thought. I mean, Walker was solid 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago at the last World Cup. But, you know, at the moment, Duplessis, she's playing very well, and obviously Woodman Woodcliffe playing very well as well. So there's a lot of talent going around. DeMart can play 12 as well. Whether or not they see her as a 12 or 10 for the Black Ferns is another thing. So a lot of talent. I've seen a little bit of Georgia at playing 7, and you're right. Obviously, those bigger girls, and the set piece is a big thing in 15. So it'll be interesting come Pac 4 time how they all go.
I reckon they should do it old school. What the All Blacks used to do, possible probables. Just give us one game and then put them all in, and let's see who stands up. Mate, that'll be sick to watch. So yeah, be good. If Black Ferns people are watching this and they actually do it, make sure you get us involved in that, mate. For the idea. But yeah, we've got shout outs. Fonz, who's shout out for the week?
I know we're talking about the women's, but I have to give a shout out to an old school mate of mine, Andrew Muirhead, for his 100th game with the Brumbies. Special occasion, all his family was there, and they got the win as well. So he's a bit of a battler. Not always been the first sort of name off the rank to play for the Wallabies or get picked for them, but you know, he had a real good season with South 10 years ago, back in 2015 when they won the final, and he's kicked on from there and went to Canberra and on a maybe, and he's come up with 100 games. So congratulations to Andrew for his 100th game.
Well done, Bruss.
Nice.
JT?
Yeah, mine, you know, I love the Super W and the Super Aupiki, so I just want a big shout out to everyone involved in that, all the girls who played. International selections coming up, so all the best to all the girls, and you know, if you don't make it, it is a long year ahead, so just keep grinding away, and that World Cup is at the end of the year, so you're still a shot.
Yeah, no, good shout. And the World Cup, if there's any sponsors that want to help us get to the World Cup, I'll already be across the ditch in Netherlands, but we'll try and get these boys over to cover the World Cup. Make sure you get in the DMs, and yeah, great season from the girls. Just like I always say to myself, let's make it longer. Let's make the season longer next year. Hopefully we can get more season, and this crossover, it's going to be good. Make sure you tune in tonight. Tars, Blues, let's go. Thanks, guys. Matoa, or whatever it is.
Cheers, boys.